which would be awesome. Another thing that really protects them out in the wild is they fall from the trees about once a week. Whether it's just trying to eat food or getting knocked out by predators or different things like that. But what helps them survive is all their internal organs are attached with a connective tissue to themselves and their 46 ribs. So that helps them survive the fall. Another thing that's really amazing is they only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days.
Oh my God.
Exactly. But when they use the bathroom, they lose 30% of their body weight. So imagine you weigh 200 pounds using 60-pound bathroom break. That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
When they come down out of the tree to use the bathroom, they get all the way down to the ground and they do a little potty dance. And when they do that dance, the sloth moth, which is living in the excrement pile, crawls up onto their fur and lives on them. So in the wild, you're going to have between 100 to 200 bugs living all over the sloth. She doesn't like the belly. That's why she's...
Oh,
No, you're fine.
I'm very sorry.
As long as you're on the back, it's fine. And you just want to do long, slow pets,
okay.
not the cat scratch crunch.
Okay.
There's another one. Let's see if I can chop up some more tiny ones. Try to chop them quietly. So the reason I'm trying to do it quietly is sloths have rod monochromacy, meaning they only see in black and white, kind of like night vision goggles, greenish, you know. So they really rely on their sense of hearing and sense of smell to figure out what's going on. So if you're looking at her eyes, see how tiny those pupils are?
Yeah.
She's not under the influence, she just can't see.
Just you a little drunk. Just a little. You just a little. The little baby
She's
drunk.
like, I listen to Bob Marley and chill.
We listen and don't judge.
I have really tried to play Bob Marley for them to see if they would like kind of dance a little bit, but they seem kind of indifferent.
No, Bob Marley's not your jam.
So every day they eat about 10% of their body weight. It takes them almost a month to process everything. Here's a whole plethora.
And then you poop it all out 10 days later.
Yeah. And so because they digest their food through bacterial method, we don't want to give them too much fruit because fruit has fructose, which is sugar, and it can speed up that bacterial growth way too much. They can basically get the runs from having too much fruit.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah. She is definitely comfortable.
Yeah, she don't look like she's having a bad time.
No, she is all about it.
Story of my life right there.
Yeah.
Where I want to be.
So these are two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloths. The reason you really don't find too many three-toed or three-fingered in the States is they require the leaves of a sarcopia tree. So those do not grow natively in North America. They're working on getting some groves going in South area like Florida, Southern Cali. But if you wanted a three-toed sloth, you'd either want to roll the dice, which is not a good idea, or import a ton of leaves every single week. And that's the same reason that when people are like, why don't you have a koala? And we're like, we don't have a private jet to fly eucalyptus leaves back and forth. Thanks. So probably what'll happen is when we switch to him, because she's been eating, then she'll probably have just a little bit of snacks, and then she'll kind of just lay her head and be like, oh, okay, I've had my snacks, now I'm going to relax.
It's all gone. Her hands. I got nothing.
I'm sorry.
She's looking at your phone because like their vision is so bad, and they do it all the time. I'll leave a phone standing up on a tripod in here and walk out, and they're trying to move the phone and grab everything. They think anything that they don't recognize is food. You can cuddle now, Zoe. You don't need that much more food. You've been eating all morning.
She loves me.
And if it's too tight on your shoulders, you can reach back and just lightly tap her claw, and she'll kind of readjust it. I'm kind of curious if she'll be inquisitive about the hair or not. Because they see in black and white, they shouldn't see the color, but the different shades, they might wonder.
And it might smell good. I did wash it recently.
There you go. Her nose is going. And I would just go ahead and put Dash in his lap, but Zoe, if she sees Dash there, then she'll want to crawl over and push Dash out of the way. Because she is an attention hog.
You needed. I understand that.
She wants it to be all about her.
We got some dogs like that.
Yeah.
All of them, really.
Yeah.
You have a wife like that.
What kind of dogs do y'all have?
All of them.
Oh.
Yeah. We have a pit. We have a wild mountain dog.
And she's some sort of a hound.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just want to run.
Yeah.
That's it. Waiting to catch someone slipping to sneak out the front door. And
Good.
She's gone.
Good mountain biking dog then.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We have a French bulldog,
Oh, that's cute.
and we just got a Chihuahua / dachshund.
You have an alarm system now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She goes. That dog barks at everything. House was quiet actually with the 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Chihuahua came in and was just like, there's something in the house.
I don't know. The Frenchie gets up every now and again and just barks at random.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a ghost hunter. That's what I say.
Ghost hunter, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
he's a ghost hunting dog. Because nobody sees anything of what, nothing is happening, and he just startles awake and is like, "Row, row, row,"
That's hilarious.
and then right back to sleep. I'm like, alright, ghosts.
How'd y'all find out about us?
I was just Googling, a different birthday vacation, try to do something different every year for a birthday trip. And it's just popped up. I was looking at Rock City.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go there tomorrow. And it was like, oh, if you're there, you could also pet a sloth and ride a camel.
Yeah.
So.
Are you guys staying here on the farm?
Yeah, we're in the chuck wagon.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I was just absolutely, I want to sleep in an old-timey covered wagon.
That has AC.
Yeah, oh, yeah. When we first pulled up, he was like, we're staying in a wagon? And I was like, yeah.
But once you get inside, then you're like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah, he was just like, is it insulated? Is it? And I was like,
Yeah.
you know me, I'm not getting a tent and sleeping on the ground. We're not those people.
And you guys should have Wi-Fi down there too. I think I got it set up correctly. So if you just join the Ocoee Riverside Farm Wi-Fi, and then it's just Farm 2025 with that F capitalized. So if you need to stream or anything like that, and we're working on making it better, but.
Oh yeah, the book says there is nothing for. I was like, I thought I saw, but
There is.
Yeah.
It's It
Okay.
works now.
Farm 2025 capital F.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Because a lot of times I do live streams down there, even on the river, and we're working on putting a camera to point at the river for entertainment and also safety, because occasionally when people float the lower, they miss their takeouts. And so I realized that we could kind of aid in the process if we already have a camera and be like, oh yeah, red raft, 3 people, mildly coherent. They went by at 7 o'clock. Because people sometimes don't pay attention.
For sure.
And you're like, second bridge, da 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 da, and then they get into talking and everything, and you're like, it's 8 o'clock, you should be done at 5, where are they?
Right.
We don't have to worry too much about that, but the rafting partner that we partner with is just upstream of us, and occasionally people miss their takeouts because they're not paying attention. So you guys close to the coast in South Carolina, or more towards upstate?
Upstate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're Greenville.
Greenville, there you go. I lived in East Flat Rock, basically Hendersonville, for a while, just south of Asheville.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really awesome river there called the Green River. It's really hard, good whitewater kayaking. And so I named my daughter Emerald. And it was kind of funny. We're paddling down the river, and with kayaking friends. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna name her Emerald because of the green. And the person who was a geologist and now a PA, so fairly intelligent, goes, "What does emerald have to do with the Green River?" And I said, "You have smoked too much today.
Yeah.
You need to focus a little bit more." But I love that whole area. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we've only been here for like 3 months, so we don't.
Oh, you got a ton of exploring to
Yeah,
do.
we don't. All we do is work. So.
Do you guys like the beach?
No, we left Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Beach, not our scene.
Okay.
We want woods and green and rivers. And
So I normally despise the beach because I don't like all the people and stuff.
Yeah.
But the coolest place that I've ever found that I go back to is called Ocoee Island, and it's on the southern tip of the Outer Banks.
Okay.
And it's really cool because you have to take a ferry there. There's no huge hotels.
Okay.
You can drive on the beach, and they have like little tiny Airbnbs. You can get like a bike there, and then they have campgrounds. And I like it because it doesn't feel like you're going to a touristy thing. It's like here.
Okay.
It's like a zoo. You'd go to it and be like 1,000 people. You're like, where's the thing? Ocoee's kind of like this, but on an island time.
Oh, okay.
So I always feel like it's a fun beach thing that doesn't feel like a beach
Feel it.
thing. Yeah.
Maybe we take the kids there this summer.
Oh, they have wild.
You know where the road wagon is?
They have wild horses that just roam
Oh,
around.
they do.
Yeah.
That seems like a fun thing to do with the kids.
Go catch a wild horse.
Yes.
Well, don't do that. That won't work.
No, we just let them try things.
They do in Hatteras though. They have some pretty cool like kids hang gliding options because they have the big dunes and like where the Wright brothers tried their plane.
Mhm.
And so you can see like where the Wright brothers were like this big mound out in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, can you imagine like get on this rickety thing and be like, I think it's gonna work, So, and then the dune area they have, you walk out there and you can't see anything because it's probably only like 30 acres of just dunes. But once you get out in the middle, you're like, did I come from that way or that way? So you gotta pay attention. It's really cool.
Oh, we got a sleepy sloth.
You want to try to switch now?
Okay.
I suppose.
All right, there's hey, sweetie, I'm right here. Come on. I know, she's really sweet.
I
Get her
like
out
this
from
lady.
underneath your shirt.
Wow.
If the shirt goes, it goes.
No,
It's
no,
all
you're
right.
fine. It was just a little crochet part. Come on, sweetie. Are you okay?
Okay, I'm fine. I just want to make sure she's okay.
Girl. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna kind of set her in your lap. She'll kind
Okay.
of be like, "Oh, arms," and then she'll reach around and kind of hold you. All right, there's look, cuddles. Right here, go night night. And if it's a little tight on your shoulders, just tap it. And what I do, so you don't have to lean forward, if you shift your hips forward, so then that way, there you go. That way you can kind of lazy boy it up. Get you a couple little snacks.
Oh, we're back to snacks.
Cause you will be like, it's munching time. Have you guys checked out the cool bathhouse yet?
Yes. Yeah, we got here yesterday.
My little baby monkey.
I think that chilling on that little porch out there, the grill and stuff
Yep.
is just amazing. When I went down there to test the Wi-Fi, I told the guy about it, and he goes, I'm just going to use it to send work an email that I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
I was like, I like it. Alright, so you'll get an opportunity to feed now if you'd like.
Okay.
And then we'll do that for about 10 minutes, and then we'll switch over to Old Dash here.
holding on. You got
She's not shy about her appetite.
Here you girl.
So a sloth could actually be up in the tree and have a completely full stomach. And if for some reason that temperature dropped really low or really high, or their bacteria went down, they could die with a full stomach and not be able to process their food.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's really important for them, for that bacterial process to keep going. If for some reason we notice that their poop is too runny or too hard, then we adjust their diet to make it work. If it got really bad, then you would go to a probiotic. If that still didn't work, you would go to like a live culture. If that still didn't work, you would do a fecal transfer, which means, you know, just taking the fecal matter from a healthy sloth that has the bacteria, grinding it up, putting it in their food, and restarting their system. Yeah, not exactly appetizing. Where are you going there, Zoe?
I'm ready for a nap.
Sometimes she does the ball up.
Yeah, you like him. Me too. There's still a little bit more. Yeah, you can still have more.
I wish our cat or dogs would do this.
Yeah, actually sit and chill.
Yeah, just hang out.
We really we have a lab and a boxer, and sometimes we really give them melatonin because I'm like, you need to chill out, bro.
Chill out.
If we take them for a good long bike ride, well, long for them, like 8-10 miles, then they sleep good.
Who can do
That's
that
long
like
for
every?
me.
Yeah, who can do that like every day though?
Stop it. Crazy.
Yeah, that is not.
I'm not a runner. If I was a runner, I'd go run with the dogs, but I hate it. I'm not horrible at it, but I just hate it.
I don't want to run unless something's trying to kill me.
And she looks pretty chill. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take your bowl.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you Dash.
Okay.
And then when we're kind of done with Zoe, then I'll just pick her up. Hey Dash. So Dash spends all of his time up at the main house except when he comes down for encounters. That's the reason he's in this little basket. Hey bud. So he's the same kind of thing, just long, slow pets. And he's not going to move around near as much as her. And we might feed him a little bit of food, and it'll be like a little bit of mixture of rice and a bunch of different things. So it might feel a little gross in your hands, but it's fun to watch a sloth eat out of your hand.
That's okay.
Alright, buddy. We're going to go over here.
Joy,
You gotta let go of
I'm
the
mostly nice.
shirt. She's nice. She's nicer than me, probably.
Hi.
Don't get to do that every day. Hold two sloths. If he starts to mouth on you, do not let him. Just rotate your arm out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get him a little bit of food too. All three of the sloths today have had crazy big appetites.
You're a hungry boy.
Yeah, every day they're trying to eat 10% of their body weight. All right, so I'm gonna put it in this hand so that way he can see. There you go. So do you see how much darker Dash is than Zoe?
Yeah.
So Zoe used to even be darker than him, and he looked like solid black. But they start to lighten up as they get older. But it was kind of amusing because during the winter, people would show up with their dark winter clothes, and they'd say, "Take a picture of me with Dash," and I'm like, "You can't see it. It's
Right.
like there's a ball of lint on you."
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're coming to hold the sloth, wear something light or bright. But in the wild, they would actually even have like a green tint, and the reason for that is that algae will actually grow into their hair, not just onto their hair, because their hair has microscopic cracks, and so that aids in terms of their camouflage, because the harpy eagle is one of their predators, which is a huge eagle. So they're trying to stay out of their way by almost being invisible.
Right.
There is a lot of medical research into that algae that grows inside, that cracks in their hair, some good medicinal properties. Same thing for the camels that we have out there, or a similar thing is camel milk has great medicinal properties, but our old government won't say yes. But one guy actually here in the U.S., his son needed it. It was like the only thing that could help him. So he started getting camels. Pretty soon he had like 30 camels because he's like, so he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll make a camel zoo." But there's a lot of really amazing things about all the animals.
The sloth tongue between the fingers, that is an experience.
Hi. Oh, you're so big and cute. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Big bird cages out on the property. What are those for?
So as it starts to stay between 75, 80 degrees, we'll move some of the animals that obviously stay inside during the night outside during the day. And even occasionally we'll put the sloths out in some of the areas because it's warm enough. But like the iguanas that we have, the geckos, some of those will go in. Some of the birds, we have macaws, and they'll go out to some of those areas.
Okay.
That way people can see more when they're on farm tours, or even I think there's one down there by the wagons in front of the playground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a lizard hanging out in there, and then it was just like, it's a garden hose bent around
Oh,
the tree.
yeah.
I was like, alright, yeah, maybe it's for a bird or something.
We should put like a stuffed animal in there, or like a faux real one to mess with people. That'd
Yeah.
be hilarious. Put like a, what would you not definitely find? Put like a panda in there.
Yeah.
Someone would be like, why do they have a panda in there?
An alligator.
There you go. With a top hat.
Yes. Monocle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Zoe's pretty chill with
Yeah, I don't want no problems.
So Flash's enclosure right here, it goes up 2 stories. So if you're in,
Lucky.
yeah, and if you're staying in the camel condo, there's a big window,
Mm-hmm.
so you get to see the sloth all the time. And then also his area goes all the way outside. So once it stays at 75, 80 degrees, as long as it's during the day, we let him go outside, which he really enjoys, and he likes it when it rains because he will still go out there and get like the original outdoor shower.
Right.
So it's pretty cool to see him do that.
I did look at the camel condo. I didn't think you would dig it so much, though.
You got to put the 10 people in it to make it worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you have 10 people and a couple kids, it's hilarious because there's 2 hidden bunk rooms that are like Chronicles of Narnia. You have to open a wardrobe to get to them,
Mm-hmm.
and so kids like love it. So the snowstorm that we had like 3 months ago, there was nobody booked in it. So I stayed in it with my daughter and girlfriend and our friends and stuff. But it's cool because we had almost 6 inches of snow, and then like letting the camels out and running in the snow is like a surreal experience. You're like, camels in the snow with kangaroos and sloths. Like, sounds like a weird story.
Right.
Fairy tales.
Yeah. She probably went and told her teacher, and they're like,
Oh,
no, you're making it
No,
up.
yeah.
I swear my dad works at the coolest place.
Hi, Dash.
guys got 6 inches of snow here a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to in Greenville. We got maybe an inch.
Right.
And it was great because it was here and then it was
It was gone, yeah. Ours lasted for like, we had snow even on the back roads for like 3 or 4 days. So there were people that like, and some of these areas around here are really steep. So there was like a month where kids didn't go to school around here.
Oh,
Really?
Oh yeah. Because like you see these ridge tops,
Yeah.
and so as soon as you gain 500-600 feet, it doesn't get below freezing for like several weeks. It's beautiful, but I think the parents maybe go crazy, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll grab Zoe and put her in her room, and then in a minute we'll switch and put Dash on you. Is that cool?
Okay.
Hey, Zoe. Zoe. What are you doing over there? You mind lifting this right arm up just a little bit? Hey, Zoe.
I was just sleeping.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Come up to me.
Okay.
Come on. Can you pull yourself a little bit? You are the definition. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just don't want to be
No.
in the way.
You are golden. I'm gonna put her up. How you doing?
Just want to be fine.
You having a ball?
I am.
I know it.
So is this everything you thought it was gonna be?
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm having a great time.
Good. That's what matters. As long as everybody's having a great time.
Why
The
eyeballing me?
how long you guys staying?
Just till tomorrow. We just came for the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you guys really like sunsets, if you drive to the top of Chillicothe, and you can just look at it on Google Maps, Chillicothe overlook, the sunset sets over Parksville Lake, so you can like bring some food up there, and then you watch the sunset over Parksville, and it's really cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a
Yeah.
paved road. When you look at it on your map, you want to make sure you go to 6474. That's the main road. Take that and then go east towards the river, and then follow your GPS, because sometimes it wants to take you up this dirt road, which if you have something that has just a little bit of,
I don't.
okay,
Yeah.
then stay on the paved road.
Yeah.
Stay on the paved road.
Just a little bit of height to it.
Yeah, like I mean, you can still get like a Honda Accord up there, but it's like, why abuse it when there's a paved road?
Right. Yeah.
Like nobody here's, I don't think, 16 anymore, so we make a little bit more better decisions, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got a 2018 Buick though.
Oh yes. What kind of Buick?
Encore.
An Encore.
Just when you do your ad on Facebook, just put in Matthew McConaughey's voice. You know how he does all the ads now for Buick?
Uh-huh.
Be like, all right.
All right.
You want this Buick. The first time I heard him doing an ad for Buick, I was like, what? I was like, they must have written him a huge check.
Huge check. Yeah. It doesn't fit the vibe.
No.
When I think of Matthew
No.
McConaughey, I think of Buicks. Yeah. It's real man cars.
It's hilarious. All
Yeah,
right.
it's the responsible man's car.
Yes.
It's the cheap Cadillac. The classy Chevy.
There you go. All right. You want to switch over?
Yeah.
Do you want to switch over, Dash?
Hey, Dash. Hey, buddy. Not disrobe anybody. It's a little hard sometimes because Dash is there. You go. You want to climb an arm? You want to pull that back of that arm like you did last time, don't you?
Yeah. It made you make a funny noise.
Yeah, for sure. All right. There you go, Dash. Oh, boy. You gotta put this arm over here. Hold on to him. There you go, buddy.
Hey, Stinker.
Alright, y'all, this guy's at the water Monday. This is the exception to see him touch and try to mold him. This guy likes shiny things, he even try to take them from you. And, still trying to teach him what the Rolex symbol looks like, but that's a work in progress.
He'll probably have just a little bit, ma'am. Do you want to try to feed him?
I don't know. Where he can.
whoever wants to do it, I usually just give it to you. That way he faces you, so you can get your pictures. You probably have to get it kind of close because he's a little slow sometimes. And I'll have a napkin ready for you.
It looks like his mouth will hold because he has a gap in his top jaw, so his bottom tooth comes all the way up through his top jaw, reaches all the way to the skin and the top of his nose. His bottom teeth are about 1.25 inches long, his top teeth are about 1 inch long, so he can easily.
So the animal that he is talking about out there is the coatamundi. It kind of looks like a Central or South American raccoon with the tail of a lemur. But it's very inquisitive. If you have anything, he wants to take it from you. That's the reason he's behind another set of enclosures. Because if you put your fingers through there, he'll be like, "Oh, you want me to eat that? Thank you."
Thank you.
So.
But the fact that you can open absolutely everything, and he loves to run to the very top of the 35-foot vault and see what he can carry with him that can make the loudest noise when he drops.
It's like we're learning by
pretty
osmosis.
So this guy his favorite thing to do is go out
Good.
and
Here, you can dump it back
he
in.
runs up into the trees, he shakes the
Here's a
branches
napkin
like
for
this,
you.
and the goats and sheep run around and go, "It's raining leaves, it's raining food," and he sits in the top and goes, "Oh, you fools," and they all have a wonderful time at it. It is in the wild.
I think Dash has learned how to pose for pictures.
Absolutely anything. Sharp claws, wiggly nose, or for digging into the ground. He's
He's just living his best life.
Is that a squirrel with a knife?
Yes.
That is awesome. I looked at the camera and I was like, I think that's a squirrel with a knife. That's hilarious.
He likes to get in a bird nest and wipe out every egg in them.
He has a very rational fear of squirrels.
One of the largest,
Vicious monsters.
they're tree rats. One of the largest populations of albino squirrels is up there in Hendersonville. So they said that it was a circus back in the day that somehow had let them loose. But when you go up there to Hendersonville, East Flat Rock area, if you like go to some of the parks, you'll see albino or white squirrels everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
No thanks.
She normally is the same color as this guy. You can see her in there. Right now she's like gray and black. She's down there by the wood box on the bottom. And she also turns.
We've had people see Flash before, and I've never really heard this except a couple times. They're like, "It's like a bat." And I was like, I've never looked at a sloth and thought it's like a bat.
Not once.
No.
I mean, other than they hang upside down
Right.
all day.
Yeah.
Sloths seem to dig you. You're right up there by it.
Yeah, I just want to lay around and do nothing. We are cousins.
So, speaking of cousins, let me grab something cool to show you guys.
I don't want poop.
It's not cool. I don't think it is.
Oh, it's an armadillo.
It is a diller. But not like the 7 and 8 banded that we have up here.
It's a roly-poly.
It is.
Stop it.
So this guy is Baku, and he's a 3-banded armadillo. But 3-banded armadillos can have anywhere between 2 to 4 bands. But the ability to close himself all the way up in a perfect circle is just like sloths and anteaters. So they are part of the superorder of Zothorans. But his outside area,
Thank you.
I heard him getting ready for him. But his outside area is called his carapace, and it's made of the same material as our hair and nails, which is keratin. So when they're born, they have like a
Alright, so this
soft
guy's
leather outer shell, and then it hardens up. So did you see how his shell kind of opens and closes?
Yeah.
So what he does to mess with people or predators, as soon as they're like, oh, he's opening up, I'm gonna reach in, then he clamps it back down. And it's happened to John several times because it just gets your finger in there. And unless you wanted to hurt the animal, which we don't, you just have to relax until he opens back up. So you can imagine any predators like, oh, I got you, and then all of a sudden it just clamps down on them so they scurry off.
Right.
So pretty smart animal. So his name is Baku, but short for Bakugan.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, there you go. And we even show the little toys to people too. But we want to get a female and name her Shaka Khan, and then that way we'd have awesome walkout music.
Oh,
So we'd
yeah.
have Bakugan and Shaka Khan.
When you look at them, all these little patterns all over here, these are little bony plates that are all held together with skin. So the skin is the widest.
When he brings it back in, I'll show you what happens when you scratch his back, because I was theorizing, I was like, their pain receptors have to be really low to withstand that, but I was like, they should still feel things. So when you go to scratch him, he'll stop and like shake his booty just like a dog. You know how dogs like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's exactly what he does, even with that shell.
The back half here is his rear half of his carapace. This is his front half of his carapace. And these are his 1, 2, 3 bands. So this guy is a mammal. And why we call him Bakugan, I'll show you in just a second.
Dash is finally relaxed.
He's sleeping.
That's good. He's got a lot of.
moved.
That's all right. He will like it flat like that. That is a-okay.
Bakugan is when you wake him up like this, he comes right out.
You having a good day.
And we don't bathe or wash Flash. He completely grooms himself. If Zoe has like a little accident, we might wash her bottom or stuff. But they don't have like scent glands, so that's the reason they don't stink. That also aids them in avoiding detection. So then that way, if they're not like, oh, there's this stinky sloth, the only thing that smells on them is the bugs and the algae and everything, which then just smells like the rest of the forest. So how they evade predators is by being stealthy. They also can hold their breath for a ridiculously long amount of time. There's been reports of 30 to 45 minutes, which is like a dolphin.
Yeah.
When I initially hear that, I'm like, whatever. But they also have the ability to slow down their metabolism to 300 calories a day, which I'm pretty sure we burn 300 calories waking up.
Right.
So if they can slow the metabolism down that slow, they can probably hold their breath that long. And they're really good swimmers.
Are you sure they swim and they don't just float?
Nope, they swim. They got those big old Michael Phelps arms. They're gonna give him a run for his money. Maybe not that fast, but they definitely move. It kind of looks like a doggy paddle, because I've watched some hilarious videos. Another thing that sloths do that's pretty weird is they usually give birth in the trees, and the baby's kind of dangling from the umbilical cord,
Oh wow.
and then the mom just reaches down, pulls it up, licks it, cuts it, gets it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Move out.
People often ask me if a hedgehog can shoot its quills like a porcupine, and I say it ain't exactly like a porcupine because they can't either. And the reason people think that porcupines can
He is really chilled out. That's good.
because if you run into a porcupine, they come at you like this and ka-ka. If their quill goes into you, it goes in like this, and then it has a little hook on the end, so it doesn't want to come back out. It's like a fish hook. And if it got you sideways and you have half a dozen of them stuck in you all at once, when you depart from the porcupine lightly at a high rate of speed, all of those
We'll give it like 5 more minutes because he is super chill. And there's nobody else right now, so that's totally fine with me. Unless you guys want to escape. You guys aren't trying to escape or anything, are you? No.
I got nothing better to do. I get that.
You gotta check out some of those hammocks down there by the river. It's like the best spot, I think. Just sit in the hammock and hear the river go by. So typically in the mornings, unless there's been a lot of rain and the water table is really high, the river is gonna look basically off. It'll be really low and really clear. And then they typically turn on the dams kind of around noonish, because there's a series of dams and that's how everything is released. So a lot of times in the morning, the water is really clear and low. And you get to see it come up. It's pretty neat. Thanks.
Your best friend.
There he is.
And if you do want to see
So, you can see his little nails here. See how his claws look almost identical to the sloths? And when he runs around, it sounds like he's running on high heels. which is pretty hilarious. And I think he looks like the world's fastest russet potato on high heel. He'll actually be able to run almost 30 miles an hour, and you see how his ears just tuck in and out each time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let him run around, but he's probably gonna inspect your shoes. He doesn't hurt you or anything. He just is like, where's the bag? Where's the bag?
They're all over. Go catch them.
Oh, Dash, did you hear me? I'm sorry.
He's partially albino. His grandmother was fully albino. His mother was completely gray. His father was gray. But they carried a gene for albinism.
He loves that corner because that's where we put the broom. Let's see if he wants to do his little scratch.
They look pink. They actually have no color. You're seeing their red blood cells through their skin. You wouldn't use that thing for things.
So yeah, he'll get to the size of a soccer ball and be able to run about 30.
You're seeing the red blood cells through their skin.
It's fast for a little critter.
Yeah. If I had no idea what they were and I was out in the woods and saw that thing moving, I'd be like, peace out.
Yeah.
That's what makes it be shiny. And then you're seeing the red blood cells behind their eyeballs. That's what makes it look like they have evil glowing red eyes. And
Yep, he's gonna start inspecting your shoes now. He'll think there's bugs.
That tickles.
That's what everybody says. And if he bothers you, let me know. I can put him up.
so this one is fully albino and she's a chicken. And so that's what one looks like when they're
He's digging your shoes, man.
It's because they're Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
He's got natural beef with them.
that's I can see that. He's like, you guys have a top and bottom shell.
and when they calm down, their quills all lay down in one direction, so you can just pet them front to back. If you look at this one, it's
I'm pretty sure he's related to a rhino. Bebop and Rocksteady weren't fond of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Also, if you look close,
Oh, that's crazy looking tongue. Looked like his wiener.
So, here, I'm gonna mute this for just a second because.
It's not that kind of show, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mom and dad question.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to try to get a picture of both of you together while he's holding?
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Should be able to just grab it and go up.
Yeah, are they?
It won't. Maybe it's my thumb.
It's okay. Here you go.
There we go. Oh, Dash, look back this way. He's really inquisitive about you guys. There we go. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Make sure those are okay. If not, we can take more.
Oh, I feel like that was a tooth, sir.
And you can just wiggle your foot if you wanted to stop.
No, it was your claws. That makes more sense.